All right, hello, y'all. So I said I wanted to start doing video reality TV reviews because I'm watching TV and need to be watching TV a lot. So I wanted to give my review on Married to Medicine season 11, episode 5. I'm starting at 5. I already caught up to 5, but I figure my first video is going to be on 5 because that was like something worth talking about for right now. So I just wanted to talk about two moments in episode 5 that really was just like, what is going on? So the first one was Toya and Phaedra. Now, Toya, I like Toya. She's cool. But to me, sometimes Toya used her keeping it realness to be messy. And what I mean by that is you always have people who always say, I keep it real. I'm not fake. I like to call it how I see it, but they're not tactful. They don't watch their tone. They don't watch their delivery. They just going to call it out and just claim because they so real, it's okay, when in reality, it's not okay. Now, when she was talking about Phaedra, I felt like it was weird that she brought it up about, Phaedra not basically showing her real side and her wanting to know what makes her tick. I just thought that was so odd and messy because in reality, when you get to know someone, it takes time. Like, no one is going to introduce themselves and go from A through Z about their life in that one day, and you're supposed to just walk away feeling as if you know them. For me personally, I'm not a person that's like an open book. Like, there's a lot of layers. And if I don't feel comfortable with you or you're not my type of chick, I ain't opening up to you, period. So I personally didn't have a problem with Phaedra being reserved. I mean, Phaedra has been on TV, so they know at this point that's really her personality. Now, I can understand it from a point of view of feeling as if, Phaedra wanting to be the make everything better person, when it's like, why you all in our tea when you ain't spilled yours yet? All right, I get it from that point of view. But at the same time, it's just like, Toya, you don't really want to know this girl like to build a friendship. You just want to know enough to get dirt on her. And that's what it was coming from. To me, it was really disingenuous. It wasn't like I want to build a friendship with you. It was more like, you all in our business. What's your business? And again, I get it. But y'all knew she was coming on the show. So I just felt like when a girl says, or guy, I want to know like the worst things about you or what makes you tick. It's just like, why? So you can know the buttons to push. So I was laughing when Heavenly basically called that out. Because I felt like that literally was in my brain. Like, so you can know the buttons to push and push them. For real. Then, Contessa and Heavenly. First of all, I would like to say I'm happy that Contessa is back because a lot of people thought she was boring. I liked how her style is. She's true to herself. I'm loving the weight loss because I believe she's like bodybuilding now or doing muscle training and stuff. But Contessa and Heavenly's relationship to me is the same as Phaedra and Toya. Hear me out. Contessa and Heavenly, they had a real, bond. Contessa probably confided so much into Heavenly because she felt like that was her friend, her sister. But one thing about Heavenly, once you rub her the wrong way, she's going to throw everything you done said to her back at you times 10. And people like that, you really can't trust, which is why Phaedra's way of dealing with them is understandable. Because why should she tell you everything when y'all just going to throw it back up and throw it in your face? So what I noticed with a lot of relationships, when women, have their relationships, with their partners, when you go to your friends, you're confiding in your friend. Sometimes you want to hear, I guess words of encouragement or the real, but a lot of times women just be doing it just to be talking. Contessa comes off as the type of woman who does it just to be talking. Like, she probably just needs to vent and just let it out. And then by the time the vent session over, she's good to go. She's going back to her house to do what she's been doing. as a friend, I can see how that can become overwhelming, because it's like, oh my gosh, girl, he doing you. But I feel like as a friend, you also should set boundaries to let your friends know when it's too much, or girl, you know you ain't leaving him. I don't even want to hear it. Tell that to the next friend. I ain't got time for it. But the issue I have with Heavenly is she likes to come on there as if her ish don't stink with her and daddy. And it's like, even if your ish don't stink, you don't got to be so nasty with your delivery concerning other people's relationship, because when they give you that same energy, it's a big deal for her. She snaps off. And I know a lot of people is like, well, that's how Dr. Heavenly is. They know that's how she, yeah, but she just ain't met her match yet. Now, Contessa is finna give it to her. Because now she done met her match, because regardless of what she told you when she was going through it, you don't got to keep throwing that in her face. Because Dr. Heavenly, to me, is just like Phaedra. I think they both Scorpios. She don't be telling all her business like that. She tells you what she wants you to know. And I feel like that's how relationships should be. You should not be telling all your business, especially if you know you ain't leaving him. If you know you ain't leaving that man, girl, keep it to yourself. Don't tell nobody. But it's just like, even still, she always got to go below the belt. Dr. Heavenly always got to go below the belt. And she always got to talk about somebody, man, in their marriage, when it's just like, girl, don't nobody want you in the Eddie relationship. Because Damon, he comes off like he's quiet in the daytime, but he's a, you know what, at night. And I ain't talking about, I'm talking about, it was that one episode, I think they was at Dr. Simone's house, where, if y'all remember, Damon had got Heavenly together. He said, keep it in the car. She's like, I'm sorry, daddy. Well, you tired of you embarrassing me. Like, his voice changed to everything, and I was like, no wonder why she called him daddy, because he be getting sis together, but he just knows not to do it on TV. He probably get her together when them cameras leave, okay? But overall, I'm loving the season. Quiet and the new man, King, I'm loving it. I love to see her happy, but I just felt like sis said, y'all ain't gonna kick me off this trip. I got some man now. So I'm happy for her with that. Sweet Tea and Gregory, I'm just like, child. I gotta see what else happens with them. Who else? Dr. Simone. I don't care what none of y'all say. I love Dr. Simone and Cecil. To me, they have the realest marriage, the realest relationship. And Dr. Simone, keep it real. Y'all be saying she messy and all that stuff, but I love me some Dr. Simone. Dr. Jackie cool to me. She just reminds you of one of them old school aunties, even though I know she said she don't like to be called auntie. Wasn't that her? But anyway, I mean, at the end of the day, I miss me some Mariah. But I'm gonna just let that rest. And y'all can catch me back for episode 6. Let's see what happens. Because when Contessa told her to square up, I was like, child, Dr. Heavenly said security. She said security, okay? But Dr. Contessa, like, that's a prime example why you really cannot, some things you just cannot chit chat with your girlfriends about, because some of these chicks, they will use that. You could have moved on with your man. Y'all could have went to church, got baptized, buried it, and it's all done and over with. But as soon as they feel some type of way, they want to throw back in your face how he did you dirty, whether you accepted it or not. And it's just like, that's all Dr. Heavenly does. Like, that's all she do. So, child, stay tuned for the next one. I'm a definitely come back on here and give my thoughts on episode 6.